Alright, so we are going to flip the next card. Last time we got one of these cards, it gave us a very cryptic map thingy, which we didn't work out, and I'm still a little bit anxious about that because I think you need to solve the clues as quickly as possible because people might come along and ask for a plant, and if you haven't found it, you're kind of like, I'm all throaty. Excuse me, terribly sorry. We do have another cryptic card and a little bit more into the story. I'm trying to remember, last time it was about an elusive she person who found a book in the library. Yeah, I know, that's my kind of excitement. The book both fascinated and terrified her in equal measure, and after studying it for some time, she reached a decision. She would never use the power she had discovered. She would hide the book where it could never be found. Sounds responsible. And we have a card. We'll flip a card from the deck at the end of every day. It says north of Hawkshead, east of Lowick, west of Rooseland, south of Crinkle Crags, and has an icon of a compass. That seems a little bit easier to follow than the one we had, but we can have another go at it. I was pretty sleepy last time, and obviously now I'm incredibly alert. Water. Day 3. Sunday, just to confuse us all. Here we go then. Here's our shop as we left it. A little refresher. So we inherited our uncle's shop, as is a classic way to acquire property in games. We have plants, but they're not labelled. So we are trying to work out what they are. And a lot of them have kind of magical properties. I think most of them are made up. I don't mean the magical properties, you know. Anyway, so I'm being very organised. We have these yellow labels for ones we have maybe identified. We have purple labels for ones we're pretty sure of that haven't been confirmed. And then all of these pale red labels have been confirmed, which is great. I'm going to put the cards to one side. We will pop into the map, have a little Sunday stroll. We'll stroke the cat, Hellebore. And that's nice. I hope you heard the purring sound. That was for you. I got an achievement. Pet the cat. Stroke Hellebore 13 times. Alright, we're going to open up our drawer. I really want to clean the stain on the desk. Yes, I thought you'd appreciate that then. Kitty sits there and stares at us enigmatically. If I were to ever have a cat, it would be a black cat. They're just cool. And when I grew up, a black cat crossing your path was good luck, which then I found out everyone else disagrees with. So, you know, screw those guys. So here we have our lovely drawer where we have our items. We have our book of plants, which gives us hints and sometimes unhelpful drawings of trying to identify them. We have this esoteric decoder, a magnifying glass, and a map. Our clue from last week, we'll have a look at that in a minute. We've got labels, we've got archives, and we've got some letters. Now, the most important letter we have received... Yes, cat people do think any cats crossing their paths are good luck. Yes, the most important letter we've received quite near the end of the day on Saturday. There's been a murder by the... No, that's not right. Don't want to accuse anybody. The leader of the Sisterhood of Arduina has been murdered. I almost tried to do the Scottish way of murdered. No, I can't do it. Don't do accents. We have been asked to help. And we are just a horticulturalist, so this is a little overwhelming. Some people call them witches, but they seem more kind of the druid-esque. This is our clue from last week that we just completely failed at, so I'm going to keep this on the desk while I dive into the map. Maybe we can get some new insights. It just says row H at the top, then there's a image of a wiggly river, and it says the third river. So, closing my drawer because I'm that kind of person, and we'll dive into the map. We have the will to explore. And this is the second screen you get. You only get 2 screens in this game, and I've not found a problem with it. Although my head does have trouble passing the, I went off on a big journey like miles and miles away and I'm somehow also in the shop. But maybe it's supernatural. Let's go with that. Because magic is always a good reason. So here is our area, Undermere. Over here on the right, that's where we live. And we explore, finding new plants. But we get like hints. There's no point in just randomly clicking. I mean, that'll be quite weird. So yeah, these are our hints. We did look at the card and think row H. Clearly that's got to be the horizontal line here. And the third river, if anybody has any ideas, I will not consider it backseating unless you say, I've played this game and I know it's this. At this point, I am not wildly intelligent just now. I'm blaming the cold, but you know. So I thought, the third river, maybe the river Duddon. But it doesn't match the image. But is the image accurate? Maybe we go to row H and then go up to the mouth of the river, which is what it seems to imply. But I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to look at the new one because I feel like we might have some more success, and success is best. So, north of Hawkshead. I immediately spot Hawkshead. Go me. So a bit north of that, but it has to be south of Crinkle Crags. Great names. Crinkle Crags. Oh, there's Crinkle Crags. Crinkle Crags seems to be a mountain range, 859 meters. So we've got a very small area here between Crinkle Crags and Hawkshead. It has to be east of Lowick. Where's Lowick? Sing out if you see it. There are coordinates. I'm not seeing a Lowick. Oh, Lowick's all the way down here. All right, so we're using the grid. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, there's Crinkle Crags, south of Crinkle Crags. So it has to be at least on the right side of the map. And then we want west of Roostland. And Roostland is down here, south of the Grisdale Forest. So we go above Hawkshead. West. Come on, you can do it. Right. West is left. I can do this. I think it's here. Hopefully this means we will get a nice new plant or multiple plants. Ooh, we did it. My eyes are drawn to the silhouette of a grizzled old man standing at the edge of a field. His mind is broken, seemingly beyond repair. Vacant eyes fixate on nothing. A whisper of an expression as my gaze sweeps his face, but only a whisper. He raises his arm, points. I follow his outstretched finger and am surprised to find a cluster of wildflowers growing there, hidden from view. Right, helpful old man. 2 plants. Thank you. I'm glad someone appreciates the strain of brain power on a morning. I should add a caveat along with my sneezing caveat. Or I am on Papa watch at the moment until my partner gets up. So if she starts causing a fuss, I'm going to have to do something about it. Don't know what. She's currently sitting somewhere else, which is a little alarming, but hopefully she's not chewing on anything. Let's collect the plants. Alright, we've got to remember them. They usually put them in the middle, because when I close this, they're just going to be amongst my other plants. So we've got a kind of poofy red plant and a kind of basic, I'd call that indigo plant. Very nice. Alright, now we're going to put the map away. Damn it. See, I'm sure we're going to need the plant that is at this location. Maybe we just need to try some, but we have to wait for our will to explore to refill. We can refill it faster by watering the plants. A little awkward. Watering the new ones there. There we go. Gives us some compass. You know how it is, watering plants. I'm terrible with plants. These ones are much easier. I haven't seen them for a week and they're fine. Alright, you get the gist. That is a watering can. I'll leave it out for now. Let's read up on our new plants. We'll inspect them first. We'll to explore is I've been cooped up too long. So as nice as it is to be surrounded by potted plants, there is no... Yep, the word's gone. There is no, come on, where is it? No, it's completely gone out of my head. I don't have it in any language in my head. There is no... You know what I mean. You broke me. Fresh air is better. We'll go with that. Alright, let's inspect the indigo one. Dark blue flowers. Smells like sweet rhubarb. I can't recall the smell of rhubarb. Is that sad? Let's move on. And the poofy red one. Bright red flowers grow at the end of thin stems. Now, at first you think, well, that's a really pointless thing. We can see that's what's happening. There are bright red flowers at the end of thin stems. But when you compare it to some of the text in our handbook, it can help you identify them because of specific word use. So we're going to pull out our book now. All right, so here we go. The ones with ticks by them we have confirmed. So obviously we're not going to try those. I can't really remember many of them, so I'm going to do a quick skim. We read them all out on the last stream when we first arrived at the shop and had to catalogue or try to catalogue the plants. Light blue flowers, nope. That's a mushroom, so no. Brimlock, blah blah blah. Small yellow flowers sometimes. I don't think they're going to have two different colours of flowers, so it's not brimlock. Farmer's worry is a mushroom. Gilded dendra. Oh, this is the scary one, isn't it? Painful way to die. Don't touch the leaves, they are poisonous. There's no hint that it could be the gilded dendra. Lady of Summer, that's... Oh yeah, we have a probable. It did say at the beginning that the illustrations aren't always accurate. So sometimes you can use them, sometimes you can't. But I doubt they're literally going to draw a flower that looks totally opposite to the plant. So we'll skip that. Meekdew. I think we had a suggestion for Meekdew. Or was I wrong? No, I got it confused for Clavilium. And yeah. Meekdew, beautiful flowers, small florets. I don't think that... No, they're not small florets. Mellow glow, looks thorny. We don't have thorns. We might not have it now, but we might need to get it another way. Wren has no flower. Shimmerlung, that looks kind of fungusy. It does say flowers are wrapped in leaves. No, that's not right. Dark red fruit. We're pretty sure that this is the Storian, the dark red fruits one we got right at the beginning. Winter boar. I thought I identified winter boar. Clearly I was incorrect. I think that's pale grey blue. Yeah, pale blue grey flowers. So that's not it either. Oh, okay. We do not have any information to identify those plants, so they'll just sit there. Our compass is refilled, so we're gonna try one place on the map for, because I'm getting paranoid someone's going to come along and like, I really need this plant to, you know, stop death, and we don't have that. And I'll be sad. Fortunately, the game isn't like so hardcore that you give them a plant and they take it and then it's the wrong one and it's all a disaster. It will say, no, that's not the right one. But you do get penalised by this rising dread counter. And it seems to have only 3, you can only make 3 mistakes. I do not want to know what happens if we make those 3 mistakes. We got up to 2 last week, so we've got to be careful. Right, row H. I'm going to cough. Oh dear. Okay, excuse me. What do you reckon? Any ideas? Is it on row H? Does the river start on row H, which would be the River Gilpin? Or do we start on row H and then go up the 3rd river? And do we take the illustration literally, or is it just river's going to look like this? H11, do you think, Lev? I was hovering over that, but it doesn't look, does it? It doesn't look like the picture, though. Did we? I think we might have tried it, but if I don't remember, does it count? Maybe I should write that down. Ones I've tried. Yeah, I am not very great with the old memory box. All right, we'll try it again. We can do some watering and hopefully, if it's wrong. No, indeed, it is just awkward. So we'll try H11. Oh my goodness. Okay, you win. Well done. That seems really obvious, but I guess I got a bit like fixated on the picture. A dead deer in the river, yellowed bone protruding from matted hide and rotted flesh. Death for one provides life for many. Oh, thanks, Lev. This is where you send us? The dead deer place? Well, I guess I'm pulling mushrooms out of a corpse. Less woo, absolutely. Oh no, it's a proper plant. Oh, it's pretty. Oh, it's going to be evil. It looks a lot like the one we identified as Lady of Summer. All right. Well, I mean, thank you for your help, kind viewer. All right, let's inspect the new one. It's very pretty. The dark blue petals are soft and feathery to the touch. My fingers ache from handling this plant. Interesting. Does that sound familiar? Achy fingers, no, it doesn't. Dark blue petals. I remember one that said it has the leaves are coarse to the touch, but it didn't say that. It said fluffy petals. It didn't say anything about the leaves. If I could actually have memory. Was it Miktu? Oh my goodness, it was. I was overly pleased. It says it may be a pleasant looking plant, but touching the leaves against bare skin will prevent painful sores. That's not right. It's not painful sores. I'm literally aching. Aching. It sounds bad. Let's look at the notes. As in, I will look at the notes. You just sit there. Yeah, I really was trying to write them up because I really scribbled them. Now I can barely read my writing. But anyway, it sounds like it's going to be maybe it's a poisonous plant. So going down the list, I've got deadly poison being the gilded dendra. Let's remind ourselves. Do not drink the sap of this plant. The lips and veins will turn black as the blood. And black as the blood? Oh, black as the blood succumbs to Dendra's miasma. A sure and painful way to die. The poison is so potent that even touching the leaves of the plant can be painful. Or it seems like maybe aching and pain. They can overlap, can't they? Have I got any other poisonous ones? Probably. Skin rash, sores, poison, insanity and death. Oh, that's the Storian, which was the one with the red fruits. I'm going to mark it as a maybe for the gilded dendra. Yeah, painful can cover a lot. I'm going to go with maybe for the gilded dendra. So I'm going to use the yellow label. Oh my goodness, this isn't one you want to get wrong when it's the fatal poison. I'm not giving that to anyone. Oh, my damn labels. Giant labels. And we'll put this up here with the other maybes. I also think it's a cool game idea. It just ticks so many boxes for things I enjoy. I mean, it's not like high-paced. I really love flowers. There's a kind of slightly creepy, spooky atmosphere, and it's a kind of Victorian kind of setting, and there's a murder mystery. I'm just like, yes, please. We're going to actually have to have some customers, which is always the worst thing of having a shop, isn't it? But I think we've done all we can do. We spent a nice Sunday morning out on the moors, so Let's let them in, and I will preface that I don't do voices. I have my voice and a slightly higher and slightly lower voice. It's awkward. Yeah, I did. I actually worked, well, I was a trainee in a florist in Oxford for a while, and I really enjoyed working with the flowers, and I hated working with the customers. Not because they were bad or anything, it's just a bit too much for me. It's a bit too much impact. And the money. Then there was maths, it was bad. And I was like, can I just work in the back? It's like, nope. And that's my end of my florist career. So, we ting the bell to let them know they can come in. Oh, and hellebore jumps. We have Wilbur Miller. I'm looking for a plant. Lady of, what's it? Something or other. I'm no green-eyed dreher, that's for sure. My mind isn't at all what it used to be. It's the one that's supposed to help with mental decline. This is a new fellow. We've not seen this chap before. It's asking for the Lady of Summer. And we have a probably this lovely plant here. You relate to grumpy groundskeepers, really? Are you an outdoorsy person then? Or they like to, the grumpy one maybe sit in the cottage and then run out waving a stick at the young'uns, that kind of groundskeeper. All right, let's see if we were correct with the Lady of Summer. Good luck, fella. Yes, we got it. That's a tick if I'd written it down, which I haven't. We have identified it and we get rewarded with a book entry. I wonder if it will be for any of the new plants we've acquired. Water. I failed at drinking water. Why did I go, yeah, Saturday mornings, that's a good time to stream. I'm always up, really doing well. I was tempted to check on Dizzy, but I'm sure she's fine. She sleeps a lot after breakfast. Okay, we have Fennet, Acutus minor. Chewing the tough root of this plant is said to ease gastric distress and reduce anxiety. It has long, soft leaves. Now, someone already gave us something they said was a Fennet. We are trusting them at the moment. I'm going to write it down as we have been doing. Gastric distress. And lowering anxiety. Fennet. Yeah, you can only confirm the plants by basically selling them to someone. It's not going to tell you just because you hung a label on it. Oh, Lev's making dad jokes. I don't even want to repeat that out loud, dude. Come on. I don't think you're allowed to make dad jokes to someone who's older than you. It's a bit weird. Settle down. Have a cup of tea. Ooh, cup of tea. Oh, sorry. Fennet. Closing the book. Okay. Fennet. I'm remembering. We should have that on the pink side, because even though we didn't get a tick, we trusted the person, and now I'm like, what was I thinking? Trust? This was Fennet. Somebody came along and gave it to us, which is lovely. Kind of a reverse florist, isn't it? Someone comes along and gives you the plant. Although we're not technically, it's more like a garden centre, very small garden centre. Florist is just flowers, isn't it? Cut flowers. Oh, really? You want me to take some? Because I'm not experimenting. I'm not a herbalist. I'm a horticulturalist. I just poke them and put them on display. That's the definition. Pale yellow flowers, soft leaves. Yeah. So you would trust this guy? That's fine. Not giving us anything new there, really. Okay, next customer, I guess. I guess. David Schaefer, the postman. They're saying the Arda's been killed. I know a lot of people don't trust that sisterhood, but it seemed to me that Arda always looked out for the less fortunate. I think I chose a different voice for him last time, but like I said, I've got like a very tiny range of different voices. And we have a letter. And he fades into the darkness and disappears, just like regular customers. Let's crack the wax. I actually got to crack wax on a wedding invitation last week or so. I was like, oh, how fun. And it was really awkward. So, yeah. Guess we know why we don't use that anymore. Oh, it's Amos. This is the third letter we've got from Amos Duncan, and he's pretty crabby. I mean, yeah, he did get beaten up in the street and kind of left for dead, but he's also crabby. The cold is too much to bear beyond the gap. I was forced to turn back. I would advise against it, but if you're determined to explore Great Gable, be sure to take precautions. Knowing you, I'm sure you'll have a plant up your sleeve that can keep you warm should the weather turn against you. Warmest regards, Amos Duncan. Great Gable. Stay warm. We do have a plant that is for the cold and helps with hypothermia. It's Brimlock, but we've not identified it. No. Oh, yes. Up my sleeve is a terrible place to keep a plant, Lev. How do you come up with these? Great Gable. Sorry. I can't help but be a little bit sarcastic on a Saturday morning. Although I've got 25 minutes till I can't say morning. I'm going to be very confused. I guess we're back to the map then, but no, we've got to check on the Brimlock, otherwise apparently we're going to get very, very cold. Yes, those suffering from hypothermia can be rescued by a draught made from leaves of the Brimlock plant. Has a warming effect. Conditions are just right. It produces small yellow flowers. The leaves are waxy and tough. Alright, so we're gotta choose. The fact, I mean, the game isn't like so complicated that, I mean, there is a certain linearity to it. I don't even know if that's a word. If it's asking us to use Brimlock, we should have Brimlock already. It's not tricking us or anything. Oh, damn, that means I have to do my best and guess. Alright. If you see a plant that seems like it's going to be Brimlock, we don't have any tiny yellow flowers, so we can't go with that. We have waxy tough leaves, so we might have to do a bit of an inspect. I have to close the straw because it's bugging me. I mean, this plant here with no flowers looks like the leaves look similar to the drawing, but we know that the drawings can be misleading or inaccurate, more to the point. But maybe it's not. And that's all I can see, really. Let's see if the leaves are waxy and tough. Smooth, waxy leaves. There's a disconnect between smooth and tough, but it does say waxy. What have we got up here? That's the gilded dendron. We did that recently. This one we think is Mellow Glow, this pink one. I could just inspect them all for anything that says waxy or tough, or feeling slightly warm. No, tough and smooth aren't opposites, but there's a disconnect about it. Tough and smooth. All right, let's do just inspect them. Smelling pleasant. Nope. Scratchy scent. It's not going to be a mushroom. Sweet scent. Berries. Rhubarb. Red flowers. Small leaves. It's got to give us something. Stiff leaves. Again, stiff and tough aren't exactly the same. Soft purple. Lovely smelling. Yeah, it's the only one that seems possible. So I'm going to put a maybe label on it and hope we don't go out and die of hypothermia. What a way to test this theory, though. But I'll put the yellow one on. Brimlock. Put it on the correct shut. What was that noise? I'm sure she's fine. Alright. I guess we're gonna go to, what was it, Great Gable? Something Gable. Great Gable, I think. We're just gonna put a little a sign in the window. Closed. I've got to teleport to the moors. Here we go. Great Gables then. Sing out if you see it before me. You don't get any points, it's just... Oh, found it. You suck. I really shouldn't be allowed to talk when I'm this tired. Great Gable is actually a mountain, 899 meters high. That makes sense. It's up by the north. Let's go. Cross fingers. After several hours of arduous hiking and scrambling, I am still some distance from the summit. I am freezing cold and ready to head home. I should do the sensible thing and turn back down the mountain. Unless... Alright. Here we go then. We're going to risk the brimlock and I'm going to have a cough. Hang on. Alright. Okay. Gotta risk it all for... plants. Oh God, we haven't gone to see the druid witches. We'll do that after we come down the mountain. Cross fingers. Use plant. Yes! Oh, I don't like cold. I push on, no longer feeling the cold, and am presently rewarded. I don't like how they worded that. No longer feeling the cold. That sounds dangerous. Let's get back down the mountain. We are rewarded with a book entry, which they want us to read on top of the mountain, and we collect a plant as well, but I'm reading first. So we've got the Sunset Mount Cap, Solis ocarson. The Sunset Mount Cap is a type of fungus with domed caps, sometimes called stinking Mount Cap as a result of its unpleasant odour. It is thought to deter unwanted souls and spirits from entering the home and is often placed in doorways. It is mildly toxic to humans and should not be eaten. Alright, let's add that to the list. I'm not going to write smelly, that's just silly. Unwanted, right, deter souls. I don't know. Someone might come along and just want it for the smell. You never know with these customers. Sunset Mount Cap, and it has a nickname, which we are writing down as well, because some of them have multiple nicknames, and somebody could come in and ask for them by the nickname, and I will not remember. To be fair, some people might come in and ask for the faux Latin definition, and I won't remember that at all, but you can only do so much. Stinking Mount Cap. There we go. Yeah, might as well have just like taken a flask of whiskey. Just as dangerous. All right, and what plant did we collect on this mountaineering? Oh, a surprisingly flowery one. All right, so kind of dusky, blue-purple, sad daisy looking thing. Pop the map away. Starting to feel slightly headachy, so more water. I've gone completely blank. There was a book entry for a mushroom. Oh, someone has arisen. Oh, what was it? I wrote it down. Sunset Mount Cap. Yes, this is what it's like in my head. Sunset Mount Cap. Got it. We have one that is domed. The other mushrooms we have are either gnome hats or one that looks weirdly like a candle. Alright, let's just inspect this one with the flies around it. Lovely, I'm glad I brought that indoors. Smells strongly of soured milk. Bad enough to make my eyes grim. It does smell, so what do you reckon? Definite or a maybe? Domed caps, yes. Smells horrible, yes. That sounds pretty close. Oh, thank you for the follow, TJ. Lovely. Top right is confirmed to be something like, yes, the pale red labels are confirmed. So that's Wandering Boo, which I just like saying. And it looks kind of, you know, traditional mushroom-esque. It does actually wander. It moves in the night. It's a little creepy, but I don't sleep in the shop, so I'm all right. I'm gonna be brave and put probably, definitely, maybe. Shh. That's the little things, isn't it? We're gonna go for purple. Stride out. Sunset Mount Cap. Pop it up here. It's next to all my nice pretty flowers. And then we've got a new plant. Honestly, it's really, my brain is so sluggish. I think this cold has lingered in the house for over a week, and it really wipes you. You know, colds. All right. This guy we're gonna inspect. It says grey blue flowers with an orange centre. Grey blue. That rings a bell. Good morning, Snoon. Yeah, it's almost worse when you don't get a full-on cold. You know, it just drags on and you're just really tired and have a few niggly symptoms. But at least I was able to take care of my partner when he was laid low. I'm thinking this is winter boar. The grey-blue description is ringing a bell. Oh, I was going to tell you, Snoom, after you left, one of the plants I hypothesized as identifying, I changed my mind on it, and I was wrong and you were right. So credit where credit's due. The clavilium is your plant. It's here. It's nice and pretty. Winter boar. There we go. Cool blue-grey flowers. Yeah, that looks right. Sad daisy. Yeah, it's the insect repellent one. Winter boar. I'm still only going to put the purple on. It has to be okay. There's only one we've put on definite and not been 100% confirmed, but the game's basically confirmed it for us. Winter boar, and pop it up here next to the other sad daisy. Not a fan of daisies. I'm just putting it out there. Ah, that's very meta, Lev. I have actually put it next to the mushroom that causes flies. Let's shuffle all the others down. And I feel... Oh, we didn't change Lady of Summer. That guy, the grumpy groundskeeper guy. Yes, he confirmed it for us and we didn't change it. Please remind me if I forget to change it. I do that quite often. So Lady of Summer's been confirmed. Our confirmed shelf is getting a little cramped. We might have to get rid of the mushroom. Put Wandering Boo down there, because I like pretty things. Lady of Summer goes between Lemon Dandy and Harlequin Blue. Oh, they do look pretty cramped, don't they? Fine. Move St. John's Poppy there. Now they can breathe. Is that a plant thing? Breathing? Kind of. The Wandering Boo had not moved so far as I recall. It moved on the Friday night, but not Saturday night. It was happily on its shelf. Creepy little thing. Okay, where was I? Right, yeah, we realised that we hadn't followed up on the letter from... Oh, put that in the archives. On the letter from the... I'm going to call them druids for now until I learn otherwise. Secrets have been stolen and Arda has been murdered. Find us deep in Grisdale Forest, a mile from the lakeshore across the Torva. Please help us. Yes, someone... one of the sisters came to us and she also asked us to bring a plant so they can be assured of our secrecy. It was Mary's Breath. Is that one that's been confirmed? Yes. Okay, we have Mary's Breath, so we can go and see the druids. Try to help them with their murdery problem. That sounds like something an horticulturalist should do. Grisdale Forest. Let's explore. So Grisdale Forest is in the centre here. A mile from the lake shore. Now, according to the bar at the bottom left, a mile is a square. Across from Torva. Torva looks to be a village. So across from Torva, a mile from the lake shore. So it should be here. Probably. Okay, Grisdale Forest. A sister tries to stop... Hang on. Sorry, I apologise. I've got to go check on the dog. Bear with me. I'll be a minute. I'm not even going to put on the be right back screen. That's how fast I'm going to be. Alright, I'm back. It took slightly longer than I thought because I had an epic battle with a blanket. Alright, now we're properly closed in. Papa responsibilities have been transferred. Shuffle it. Tuck myself in. It's not actually cold, I just like being snug. Right, where were we? We were in the Grisdale Forest, absolutely. A sister tries to stop me from entering, but I show her the letter and she lets me through. God, they really need to talk to their people. I'm ushered into a walled courtyard and then through a large oak door, along a corridor and down a set of stone stairs into a cool basement. I forgot to breathe in at the beginning of that sentence. Lying on a table, draped in silk, is the Arda. There is not a mark on her, but her open eyes are black. Her mouth, her veins, her hair, all black as a raven's wing. Do you know what could do this? Asks my escort. I set to work. I don't mean to be picky, but the illustration is misleading here as well. How are we supposed to be able to see her hair and her skin and her eyes if she's all bundled up? Cough. Oh dear. Water. Wren. Okay, popping away my map because I like to be tidy when I can. Put that in the archive. Wren. Wren doesn't have any flowers and it identifies poison. It is a cool game, yeah. Turns bits black. Are you sure that's how you want to phrase it? So last week I did consider this to be wren. The wren doesn't have any flowers. It has a scent that scratches at the back. I wonder what that was. It's really annoying. We'll double check because safety first. Wren. The long leaves of the wren are known to turn black in the presence of certain poisons and so can be used to detect them. Right, so we're detecting. It smells unpleasant to those who have known death and sweet to those who've not. Bit of a thestral situation. Apparently I have known death, probably my uncle. Yes, good memory, Snoon. Yeah, alright, let's identify this poison then. Okay, good. Didn't want to disappoint being surrounded by druids. I extract a sample of the Arda's blood and introduce it to the wren, and my suspicions are confirmed immediately. The leaves of the wren turn black, which can only mean one thing: gilded dendra poisoning. Upon presenting my findings, I'm rushed away quickly. The sisters do not want me hanging around, it seems. They do, however, send me on my way with a couple of plants, which I'm grateful for. Ah, no, that seemed like a leap for what was described in the book. It said turns black in the presence of poisons. It didn't say turns black in the presence of this one particular poison, but apparently I'm going for it. And we have wren confirmed. So we have a new book entry. I wish I could collect the plants and then read the book entry, because I feel like I would collect the plants, go home, read the book entry, but apparently I'm just standing there and they're like, no, I'm not leaving till I've read this book entry, damn it. Picky. Grey Sandfire. Sounds like a type of dragon. Sabulum canis. Carnus, who knows. Sandfire has a tough outer bark, which has many useful properties. Some chew it as a form of dental hygiene, taking care not to swallow it, as it can cause unpleasant stomach distress. The flame-like tendrils give off a smoky scent, adding to the impression of a roaring fire. Ah, that one's much more easy to identify. I'm going to write down what it's used for. Dental hygiene / stomach distress. You never know when you need to give someone stomach distress. Right? No. Grey Sandfire. So it's here basically. We don't need to think about this one too much. It's the only one that looks like a flaming candle. Boop. Put it on the purple label. Grey Sandfire. Interesting name for such a obviously candle-shaped. Is it a mushroom? Is it a plant? Who knows? What the hell is it? Oh, right. We decided to keep the winterboar next to the flies to help with the fly problem. So I won't do alphabetical there. The Wren label. Oh my goodness, why do I always forget to swap the labels? Thank you, love. Wren label swapping. Boop. Yes, sometimes I will just do a stupid sound effect. I don't know why. There we go. Wren. I'm tempted to reorganize the plants in sections of how attractive they are, but maybe that's an off-stream thing for weirdos to do. Awkward. Shut my drawer, collect my plants. Food. Oh, I know what this one on the left is. This is shimmerlung, isn't it? The one that looks, I thought it was some kind of fungus, but it said that the flowers were wrapped in leaves. And then we've got a spiny guy. A lot of them are vaguely daisy shaped. I'm not a fan. Yes, that ugly shelf. I do. Blue and purple flowers are probably my favourite. And red. So, no, purple. Purple's my favourite. Probably just because it's rare. It's very boring of me, but there we go. Shall we try to identify them then? Get the book out? God, my throat's not happy today. God, I wish I could get Hall Soothers over here. They're really nice. Most soothing. What was I doing? Right. Identifying. Now this is the one I'm pretty sure is shimmerlung, but we'll have a look anyway. It has a pleasing scent. The leaves have stiff ribs. Eh. Double check. Boop, 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 boop. Shimmerlung. I mean, I don't know why the flowery things have ears inside them, but each to their own. Shimmerlung, blah blah blah, burns brightly and noisily, lets off. Right, it's the flashbang plant. Flowers grow wrapped in large ridged leaves. I'm thinking that's a purple. Yeah, that's a purple right there. Boop. Oh, stop. Shimmerlung, yay! Boop. All right. Entry about spines. Oh, the thorny plant, you mean? I do remember there was a thorny plant because we had a maybe on this thorny plant being mellow glow. So it'll be a fight to the death between them. Let's inspect. Turquoise flowers, sharp thorns. Okay. Mellow glow. It's the only one we've got so far that said about thorns. It just says sharp thorns that can protect it. It allows a person to pass unnoticed, but not invisible. I mean, it literally says sharp thorns. It's the same phrase. And this pink one, we really weren't sure about it. And it emphasizes that it smells nice. So I'm thinking we should swap it. Bring this one down here. Whoops, come here. Come here. No, that's not how you do it. Yeah, I'm swapping it. Do you reckon? I don't think it's enough to be a probably. I think it's going to stay a maybe. Yeah. That's good. You know, don't usually get to identify them that quickly. Yeah, I'm not sure whether it's my uncle who wrote the plant book, Wilfrid Voynich, or it's just the plant book. But they should be a bit more particular. And why not do accurate drawings? That's just being difficult, isn't it? Okay. I think we have completed our tasks. Helped out some druids, as you do. So let's see who's waiting outside. Norman Lee. This plant is cursed. It has brought me nothing but sorrow. Please take it. I want nothing more to do with it. It's fine. Yep, that sounds like something I want. it's a gross mushroom. Obviously. Where did it go? All right, it's in the center. Let's inspect the sad plant. A mushroom-like plant with red warts growing on it. Yep. Really helping me out here, guys. What do I remember as being mushrooms? Bishop's parasol. We've suggested it's this red guy, but let's double check what it says. Found in dark, damp places. Seems to draw light in, enveloping its surroundings in darkness. I think either of them seem to be darker. It's changed. Exactly. Who just dumps a dangerous plant? Someone. And I'm like, yep, thanks. I'll feed it to the cat. I don't know. Right, the gill. Oh, this is the CP fluid one. Why do I hate that word so much? This doesn't mention any fluid. So I don't think it's Bishop's parasol. Farmer's worry, maybe? Spongy. Not safe. Grants great strength. It's not giving me much. It just says spongy. It isn't drawn with any warts on it. Oh, God, I hate mushrooms. The only mushrooms I'll accept are what they call fly agarica or something like that. Fly agaric. Because they just look jolly. I don't know. It doesn't say anything about it being spongy. I don't think that's enough to make an identification. Gilded dendra. No, I think they're flowers. Flowery plants, I guess. No, I don't think we know what this is just yet. I'm gonna put it over here with the other mushrooms. The glowy mushroom's pretty fun. And the purple and red one looks kind of witchy, but otherwise, no. Surely we're reaching the end of the day. We've been hiking up mountains, wandering. Sorry, hearing clacking noises. I'm sure it's fine out there. Simone Green, from the library. Hellebore! Always a pleasure, my feline friend. I hope he hasn't been nibbling the plants again. I have a favour to ask. You owe me for the hours I spent digging out the information on those plants. I've been burning the midnight oil again and could use some common trouse, and I know where to find it. According to Grayson's herbology, it grows in abundance on red pike. I'll come by the day after tomorrow to collect it. I have business in Sedberg in the meantime. Here, take this. Has someone like torn the entries out of this book and just scattered them around the land? I appreciate that, Simone. She is the librarian in Ambleside. She's very helpful in finding plants for us. But honestly, you want a plant, you know where it is. I've got a business to run here, lady. What are you going to do, right? Yeah, I guess that's a good point. I was about to say sponges aren't plants, which is also true, but mushrooms aren't plants. So, there should be a mushroom shop and I can send them all there. So I was trying to put some lip balm on and talking at the same time. It didn't work out. But it's not a flower shop. We've decided to call it a garden centre, a mini garden centre. All right, I'm gonna have to remember this. Oh no, she has a bio. That means her chat dialogue will be saved. So it's okay if I forget it. I can go and check. Let's read the book entry. Hellebore looks like he's interested. Common trouse, Sporathus nemesium. Despite being described as common, the trouse can in fact be quite tricky to find. However, it is known to grow in abundance on the slopes of red pike. Nobody knows why. Its leaves have been used for centuries as a balm against eye strain. I realise my notes aren't specific enough. Right, I just wrote down eye strain and didn't specify whether it causes it or helps it. Hopefully I'll remember. Common trouse. Sounds like a fish. Let's check there were bios we didn't read last time because we ran out of time. Well, my throat ran out of time anyway. We read about the psychic. Yes. Oh, we've got quite a few. Okay, so we read about the psychic Faye Swift. She was the one who just walked in and announced, "I've been having the nightmares again." And I was like, do I know you, lady? But fair enough, fair enough. We might have read about Bethany Coleman. Or not. No, she was the last one to arrive on the Saturday, so the sister. I like how they're drawn up kind of like tarot cards. Although I think I already said that, so I've got to be more interesting. What time are we on, by the way? Okay, just over an hour. Bethany Coleman. Beth was born into a loving family but never felt settled. She sought out a higher purpose when she was still young and left home at 14 to join the Sisterhood of Arduina. The head of the Sisterhood, the Arda, took a liking to her and helped her develop a renewed purpose, caring for the forest and putting her faith in the goddess Arduina. Now her mentor has been murdered and Beth is looking for answers. Then we get the chapbook. Okay, next we have the investigator. Sadly, not me this time. I'm just a humble horticulturalist. Reuben Ward. Reuben works with the police on murder cases. He is a kind, good-humoured man, but beneath the mask he is deeply sad. He doesn't look good-humoured, does he? He looks deeply sad. His only child, a daughter, had seemed troubled for some time before running away from home several years ago. The victims whose stories he tries to uncover are all somebody's son, somebody's daughter. The search for answers drives him forward, piecing together the logic of life and death. Now you can automatically think, oh, is it not Bethany? She said she felt unsettled and left home young. But they have different names, but I guess we'll see, perhaps. And Simone Green, who just arrived, the librarian. Simone loves books and reading. She's also irritatingly organised and has begun the overwhelming task of rearranging the library at Ambleside. Her new system works, but it will take years to catalogue every book, scroll, pamphlet and diary. In the meantime, every day yields new discoveries, buried fragments of ancient knowledge resurfacing to the light like arrowheads to archaeologists. Man, that would be a great job. Sorting books and old things. Yeah. And finally, the barrister. I think we read this one, but let's barrel through it again. Isidore Burbage. Burbage is a rich man who inherited a fortune but never experienced the love of his parents. Yes, we did read this. He expects people to do his bidding and is quick to anger. There are many in Undermere who would be glad to see the back of him, but with wealth comes power and few would challenge him to his face. Yes, because we had a choice last week to give him a stomach upset or help him out with his rash, but we were professional. Ah, dear. Bloody throat. You think so? Choose your own neurodivergence game. Well, everyone's a little bit odd, if that helps. That's how I guess it would have been described back in the day. You know, with the supernatural plants. What were we doing? Something about a plant. Who knew? Right, Simone. She wants us to go and do her dirty work for her. Red Pike, wasn't it? I'm going to try and remember. Off we head. Red Pike, Red Pike. Do you think that's another mountain? Not seeing... Oh, yes, I see it. It is a mountain. Red Pike, 826 metres. Up and then... Oh, excuse me, now I'm getting snuffly. God, I'm falling apart here. Whoosh. I enjoy a pleasant stroll up the fell. The going is easy, the weather agreeable, and the views majestic. I do not have to look hard to find what I'm after. I'm not entirely sure what a fell is. I mean, I've heard the word before, but I realise I'm not 100% on it. Collecting a plant. It is a leafy one. We have a leafy plant. If that's how they've described it, it's ridiculous. Right, she's going to be back in a couple of days for that, so it should be common trouse. Let's inspect. This fell an inverse dell I'm not sure that I was asking for, like, guesses so much. No, not tough, waxy leaves. No flower. Sparse leaves. It does look a bit wilty. This is what my plants look like after, like, a couple of days with me. No flower. Ooh, oh, the one that rarely flowers with the oh bloody hell, with the tiny yellow leaves, flowers when it does. Flower. No, but we know what it is. Why am I being such a dumbass? It's a common trouse. High strain. Yes, come on, brain. We can do this. I'm not going to have a Red Bull. That's just gross. Common trouse, common trouse, common trouse. And we'll put a definite on it because we've basically been told where it is and what it is. And I don't know, it's all very high-handed. Common trouse. Had a proper moment there, didn't I? I will just whack it down there. When we get more plants, I probably will have to go alphabetical again just to make it easier to find them. Mitrans. Oh yeah, it is. They didn't describe why it's called common when it's. They literally said it's not common. So I guess it's a sciencey thing. I didn't name it. I should give it a nickname. The fish plant. I shouldn't give it a nickname. Verona Green. Oh, I could probably do an old lady voice with my throat. When you work with the occult, I find it pays to uphold bloody hell. I find it pays to uphold a certain image. If you're going to be accused of performing witchcraft anyway, it doesn't hurt to put on a bit of a show every now and again. Let the punters know what I'm capable of, sort of thing. I bet she's going to ask for Shimala. Long story short, I may have threatened to turn a small boy into a toad, and the little bugger called my bluff. Oh, don't look at me like that. You know what little boys are like. Do I? I can assure you he deserves to be turned into a toad. Anyway, I think a little display is needed to discourage this sort of behaviour in future. Have you got any shimmerlung? Honestly, this is how my throat wants me to talk anyway. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, shimmerlung is the one I described as the flashbang plant. Yes, she is. Gotta keep him in line. It's the Victorian times. Esque. Oh, we've got a biography for her as well. Use plant. Oh yeah. That one was an easy one, to be fair. Don't let me forget the label. Oh dear. Oh no, I'm sleepy. Oh, excuse me. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Collector book entry. Candlewood. See, this sounds like what we would have called that plant that looks exactly like a candle. What's happening right now? Lucernum caledonia. Produces a red flower that provides a shielding effect, protecting against all manner of afflictions of the mind. Long, thin stems grow among tall leaves. I think that's the one of the ones we got near the beginning that we didn't identify. Mind shield. Sounds awesome. Candlewood. I'm so frustrated about this fuzzy head issue. I haven't been able to play my main Baldur's Gate save for ages and ages because I got to a really important part. I'm like just at the end of the big ending of Act 2, I think, and I don't want to mess up. I want to be able to be immersed. So I've had to go back to a different save. It's quite frustrating, but well, I'm gonna take care of myself, innit? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's one of the ones. We got the red poofy one, as I described it. Yes, I did immediately forget what it's called. There we go. And we'll just expect the one I was looking at. Bright red flowers grow at the end of thin stems. Long, thin stems grow among tall leaves. I'm pretty sure about that. Why it'd be called candlewood. I think it's just to throw us off. Like, you can't just go along going, oh, I'm going to match it up to the name that sounds right, or the picture. That's because you're not paying attention. Alright, candlewood it is. Candlewood. I'm being so daring. Again, running out of space. Boop. There we go. want to have to look at the smelly one, but there we go. Hang on, I need to change a label. Yes, I remembered. Oh no, which one was it? The Shimmerlung. Oh, yeah. Maybe I'm waking up. Who am I kidding? Yoink. You're typing up a reminder. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with myself. It's the little things, you know, little things in life make you feel good about it. All right. Oh, God, my throat. Come on. Blech. Oh, we had a biography. Verona Green, the occult scholar. Verona has been studying the occult and the mysterious for many years. It started as a hobby, but gradually grew into an obsession. She haunts the boundary between truth and tale, seeking out the knowledge that others recoil from. She also brews a lovely cup of tea. That symbol's familiar. I think that's a symbol of like Jupiter or something. I'm pretty sure it's one of the astronomical symbols. You get the feeling she just picked something that looked esoteric. Yeah. Oh, I could totally do with a cup. I wonder if Beloved is up for making a cuppa. Probably not. He got up like 10 minutes ago. I'll ask anyway. If you don't ask, you don't get. That's my philosophy. Wait. I mean, he's having coffee, so he's not going to make tea. Oh, this is such a conundrum, isn't it? Mutter, mutter. Yeah. It's okay. I will put a little heart on the end of that, so it just looks like it's okay that I'm asking him to get up and do something. Right. Okay, let's see if a cup of tea can be summoned. Getting a bit warm. Oof. Where were we? Were we doing anything? I'm getting a bit sleepy. I wonder if it's a bit warm in here. If you don't hear anything for a while, I've probably just fallen into a lovely little sleep. We'll just listen to the plinky plonky music and it'll be fine. Ruth Douglas. There is a beautiful plant that I've been looking for all over, but nobody seems to have any. Something. Monk brew? I am not sure. I do know that you shouldn't touch the leaves, though. Aha, we have a question mark. Excellent. I like to work things out. So, something. She means meek dew, doesn't she? Because that sounds like monk brew. I don't think we were sure about our meek dew. Were we? Eesh. Let's get the book out. Don't want to poison someone. Oh, thank you for the follow, Mr. Lovetastic. Well, good luck with your productivity, but don't overdo it. It is Saturday after all. And thank you for coming by. I do appreciate it. Okay, Migdu. Boom. Beautiful flowers, smaller florets, decorative. Hang on. Are we sure we hadn't gotten this one already? I thought I threatened somebody with it. It's sores. Gives you sores if you touch the leaves. No, I'm sure I gave it to that grumpy man, and he got mad at me, even though he should have known better. I'm not seeing it anywhere. Bugger. We may have gotten a bit stuck. Okay. All we've got to go on is that the flowers are small florets. Looks pleasant, but don't touch the leaves. So all we've got in our not identified yet one is this red guy. Definitely has small flowers and florets. Says small leaves, doesn't say they are ouchy. Do we see any other florets on the maybe scale? Let's look down here in case we missed one. Nope. This one's small florets. It's suggested to be forest camphor. What does it say? Pungent, but not unpleasant. The leaves are waxy. The bulb is a soft yellow. No, I think we identified this one quite well. And these ones have been definitively identified, so I'm gonna have to wing it. I'm gonna go with this red one. Cross fingers. Yes. Okay. Although part of me wants to find out what filling the rising dread meter actually does. Plant identified. Mikdu. Hooray! Mikdu. Okay, let's put the label on. Oh, I sound like I'm winding down a bit, don't I? Might go and turn the radiator down because I've shut the door, so it's probably getting a bit too hot in here. Mikdu. What shall we move? I'm going to move Mary's breath. Have the prettiest ones in sight. Prettiest according to me, of course. It looks like we finally ended Sunday. That felt like a long-ass day. Alright, we'll end the day and I'm going to nip and turn down the radiator. Make old people noises like that. It's allowed. Check. 23. That's usually my comfortable indoor temperature, but I'm in a thick blanket and a woolly jumper, so maybe not so much. Oh, I can hear him in the kitchen. I might be getting a cup of tea delivered. What a star. Alright, let's flip the card. Oh, it's ripped. Oh, not this one. I remember this one vaguely. In frustration. It is a card with a torn corner and an X near the tear. And that's it. That's all we got. And a bit more on the story. Time passed. A year, and then another. The book remained hidden, but out of sight does not mean out of mind. The book was what her thoughts settled on when she rested, what she brooded over when she did her chores, what she pictured when she dreamed. Oh, books. Day 4, Monday. Sorry, I'm twiddling the cable by accident. I hope that didn't result in any horrible sounds from the microphone. And a very annoying card. What are you supposed to do with that? A tear in the corner, an X. Any ideas welcome on that one, too. Oh, when we have rain and Hellebore is sleeping. We could poke the cat awake, but I'm not mean. Oh, that's a cozy sound, isn't it? Especially this bright sunshine here. So, what could it mean? Just this X and a torn part. Should we look at the map just in case there's some kind of idea? Yeah, I mean, we'll probably get some compasses over the day. Let's just have a look. I don't expect anything to leap out. You know, oh, look, that bit is torn. But just get a feel for the map. An X on a tear. Now, was there anything where the tear was, or is it an accidental tear? Am I overthinking it? Quite possibly. Is it a case of you put the card on and it kind of covers a certain area, that kind of thing? X. Oh! Is it the edge? Is the tear like the shape of a coastline or a river, maybe? Not that one, at least. Oh, down here. Oh, I am good. Who needs tea? I need tea. Oh my goodness, look at that. Yeah, I mean, full disclosure, I played most of this game. I played up to the very last mission. But it was an entire year ago, and honestly, I don't remember much of anything. So maybe it was a little niggly memory. Don't want to take full points, but I'm still impressed. I'm very pleased with that. Go me. It's perfect. Alright, so it's to the left of the mountain of Black Coombe. The gentle sound of flowing water. The sunlight through scattered clouds. A reset. 2 plants. Ah, they know what I like. Blue and purple plants. A very poofy one that looks kind of like sheep's wool poofiness. Puffles. Oh, I've got to use that as a new nickname for the dog, I think's name. We already call her Puff, so. I remember something in the book about looking like tufts of sheep's wool, so I think we can identify that one. This guy looks a little bit creepy, but some cheerful flowers on top. Doesn't ring a bell. We've got about half an hour left. I know I can What do you think I've been doing this whole time, game? Bit late for a tip, isn't it? Alright. I'll get the handbook out. Wait, I need my labels. Handbook and labels. Something about is it Aguria? Yes! When burned, the incense enhances psychic abilities. Light blue flowers like rounded tufts of gentle lamb's wool. There we go. Lovely. Aguria. We'll put that into probably. Yeah. Oops. I dropped it. That's awkward. We're not halfway up a mountain for that. Might have to stretch the plants out again. Or maybe, just so I can keep them all on the same view, shuffle about a bit. God. My voice sounds really reedy. Oh dear. I'm sure I'll be better next time. It was a shame I had to cancel Tuesdays. It was my second only stream after coming back from that long hiatus, but needs must when you're not well. Alright, I'm going to put these guys down here so we can hopefully see them all. Oops. Wandering boo. I didn't check if the boo had wandered, but it is in place now. There we go. Nice. So what was the second one? Let's do inspect. A rather unpleasant scent. Oh. Isn't that unfortunate? Doesn't ring a bell, but... Candlewood was a mushroom, wasn't it? No, it was a red flower. Oh, no, we already identified that. Well, we think we did. That's a mushroom. That's that possible mushroom slash plant thing. Mellow Glow. Mellow Glow was the thorny one. Fennet we basically have identified. Storians identified. Winter Pause. Yeah, I don't think we have this one just yet. That is okay. We don't have any clues to work on apart from this upside down tulip sort of thing. We'll leave Hellebore to sleep, obviously finding it very soothing to listen to the rain. Thank you. Tea delivery, yeah. My goodness, that is a large mug of tea. Oh. Yeah, we're having whispered discussions about sugar. It's very important. I'm sure it'd be fine if you heard his voice, you know. It's not weird or anything, but just being respectful. Alright. Bucket of tea acquired. Completely don't remember anything I was doing. I think we were going to ting the bell. We're going to wake up the cat. I don't expect him to jump really high, but he's not going to love it. Sorry, cat. Gotta work. Oh, there he goes. Reuben Ward is here. Apparently he's kind and good-humoured, but looks sad, so I did the wrong voice. The Fox button was no help, I'm afraid. The sisterhood still refused to speak openly with me. Not that I have the time to pursue it properly. I'm rushed off my feet this week. There's been a body found up at the Swinside Stone Circle, and apparently it's a grisly one. Don't suppose you've got anything to help keep my lunch down. My stomach's never coped too well with the grisly ones. Oh, Bennett. Oh, easy. Easy schmeezy. We got this one. Boom. We had already confirmed it because somebody literally brought it to us. Goes, here is a fennet. So, but we get a book entry and we helped the sad investigator man. And now I am sad because my tea is way too hot to drink, and I look at it sadly, being sad with my sore throat. Let's read Witch Fig. That is a. Oh, I'm writing that down. I like the sound. Witch Fig, but I'm going to write it as fig. Is it a fruit? Yeah, I think it's a fruit. It has the seeds on the inside. Witch Fig. I just like saying that. Go on, give it a try. Striga tenuis. Striga, that's like a Hungarian or Eastern European witch, I think. Anyway, a plant that is said to have many uses, including easing the symptoms of infection, soaking up moisture, and detecting the presence of certain compounds. It is also well liked by butterflies. It has similar leaves to the fever kiss plant, which it is often confused with. Well, this has got loads. Fine. Putting it in the notes. Infection. Eases the symptoms, doesn't cure the infection. Soaking up moisture. So if I spill the watering can, don't grab the kitchen towels, grab the witch fig. Just do things differently around here. Detect. I mean, this is very vague. Certain compounds. Witch fig. Spelt P-H-Y-G-G, of course. We don't have a fever-kiss plant, so that's not helpful to us. But it does look like it has fig-like fruits, possibly. You think it reacts to the watering can? You'll just have to remind me when we find it. We don't have anything that looks fig-like, do we? Fig. Oh, now I'm getting reminded of the Pharaoh game. Build me a farm and fill it with figs. I always had that in Sauron's voice for some reason. Okay, that probably sounded really weird. The game Pharaoh, the city builder game, one of the early things you had to do was, build a farm and grow some pigs. And for some reason I went Sauron about it. This isn't making any sense. Let's move on. Witch fig. We don't have a witch fig. Did we get a new bio or an addition to the bio? Nope. I thought we had something, but I guess not. We don't have any hints that I've forgotten. Nope. No new plants. Alright. Helleboard gone back to sleep. The postman's here. Morning. Verona Green handed me this for you. She seemed in a good mood. I'm supposed to know who that is, aren't I? It's not the psychic. The psychic's called Faye. This is great brain training, if I was any good at it. Verona, we have seen Verona today. She was the occult scholar. Yeah, like doing some braining. Collecting my letter. I love how they just fade off into the background. Yes, Verona Green. I don't remember if I had a voice for her. Was she the old lady? I have to check now because I had an old lady voice. Yes. I mean, not like ancient. But... Alright, old lady. I can lean into my sore throat. I meant to tell you this yesterday, but it slipped my mind. I discovered a plant on a recent trip to Grisdale Forest, just northeast of Rusland. It was like nothing I'd ever seen before. I would have brought it back with me if the sisterhood had given me a moment alone, but they seemed overly protective lately. Kind regards, Verona Green. Okay. Let's head off into the wilds. Grisdale Forest. Grisdale Forest. Bum, 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 bum. Was it just northeast of Rusland? Jump, jump. Boop. From the moment I step off the road, I can't shake the feeling I'm being watched. Suddenly, I find my way blocked by 3 women wearing green cloaks and holding short elm bows. Nobody may wander freely throughout the forest by order of the Arda, says the leader of the trio. I turn to walk back, but then again, I have a few tricks up my sleeve. It's asking for mellow glow. Was that the one we struggled with? Pass unnoticed. Well, they're staring right at me. I can't go into sneak now. Yeah, that's the one we flip-flopped on with thorns. I mean, this is what we've decided. We're not going to get anything new. It doesn't add on new information, so we're just going to... I mean, the worst that's going to happen is they're going to look at me weirdly because I've stuck some thorns on my head and I still have to leave. So hopefully it doesn't block any of the storyline. Here we go. Oh, phew. With the help of the mellow glow, I walk right past the sisters without them paying me any heed. Chuckling to myself, I collect the plant that Verona talked about and take my leave. I don't think I should get cocky about it. Just saying. That is... It's like, yeah, sure, it's not literal invisibility, but it might as well be, innit? Oh, just repositioning. Oh, okay. Oh, stretch. Oh. Yeah, I literally cannot look at the plant first. Alright, book entry it is. I'm a bit higher up, so I hope the sound is still okay. Caballia. Arbutum alacritas. A rare plant that is believed to help the dead find peace in the afterlife. Those who can afford it place wreaths made from it at the graves of their loved ones. Caballia flowers almost always contain 6 petals. Finding a 7-petal flower is considered to bring good fortune. Help the dead find peace. This is getting very weird. Okay, writing it down then. Peace or dead. Caballia. Maybe it's what... Maybe it's not really about... Oh no, it's peace in the afterlife, but maybe it's not really about them. Maybe it's like, oh, I think there's a wandering spirit. I'm going to put this on their grave and now it's fine. That kind of dealio. Oh gosh, I wish I hadn't said that. How embarrassing. Alright, we will come back to that and collect the plant. Ugh. I'm not a big fan of this one. I could get on board with the purple stems and the green leaves, but it's kind of dirty orange berries. Eh. Dislike. Put her letter in the archive. So first I'm going to see if we have Caballia. 6 petals. I guess we have to go with the picture. Okay, 6 petals. Oh! The purpley one! Yes! I think we saw it at the same time there, Snoon. Or with the delay. Probably you. Oh, it's quite jolly actually when you look at it. I quite like this. Oh, I don't like the leaves. The flowers are a soft purple with a sweet scent. I mean, it doesn't say anything similar, but I'm counting the petals now. I don't think we have a special one. I really like the flower parts of it, at least. I mean, it looks exactly the same, but we don't want to be tricked. I'm going to put maybe. I'm being hesitant on this Monday. Caballia. Plus, we don't have as many on that shelf. There we go. And then, ouch, oh, I scratched myself. Let's investigate the weird colour clashing plant. The bulb is quite firm and turquoise in colour. No, it's not. Don't lie. The orange fruits have no noticeable odour. Seriously though, I mean, I can understand purple and blue being maybe mixed up, different screens and all that, but that is not a turquoise bulb. Yeah. Oops, I didn't mean to actually place that down. Does it ring a bell for us then? Something's leaping out on that page. What about the witch fig? I'll be disappointed because I was like saying witch fig. I mean, it has little berry bits, but that's not enough. It's just going to have to sit there by itself over there because it's kind of ugly. Boop. Alright, who's next? Seriously, Hellebore, why stay there? Faye Swift, the psychic is here. I am afraid. The camphor you gave me is helping me sleep, and I'm very grateful for it. But the visions are as strong as ever. The woman in the jade mask appears in my dreams every night. She screams at me, but I do not know why, and behind her that presence is always there, dark and dreadful. I don't know what to do. The dreams feel like a warning that I don't understand, a mosaic of colour that refuses to come into focus. Some part of me wants to stare down that abyss, but I'm afraid. We have a choice. Apparently we're deciding for her on this one, which I think is way above our pay grade. But, so we can give her Aguria, or we can give her Candlewood. Now if I look at my notes, I know I could look at the book, but I'm going to see how my notes are doing. Candlewood shields the mind, so that's what we give her if we want to block the visions. Aguria, have I written anything about that? It boosts psychic abilities. So do we want to play it safe and protect this lady from the scary visions? Or do we want to find out more? I'm of the opinion that hiding from fears is not a great idea. I also don't think you should be thrown headfirst into them. But maybe a little boost? I mean, if they are just dreams, let's hope they're just dreams. Also, I mean, we've got now a second murder in the area. Maybe this is something that could be useful. Yes, we did identify Aguria, the really fluffy looking one. I think it was just before you got here. I'm going to do it. I'm going to encourage her to... just remember, you are safe in your bed. Hopefully. And this is a nice fluffy plant. How can you go wrong? Double checking I've got the right one. Aguria, psychic abilities. Yes. Good luck. And we were right, and we have a book entry. Worryless. Levanus nana. Worryless is an aptly named plant. Inhaling the smell of the flowers was said to help ease symptoms of anxiety. Okay, just making a note of it. Worryless. So something, I mean, we've got several that are a nice scent, so we'll have to check that one. I'm going to see if there was anything added to her bio now we've done that. Nope. We've got a label to change. Never be so proud. Fluffy one. Plonk it down here next to the Wandering Boo. Which do I like to say best? Wandering Boo or Witch Fig? I think Witch Fig. It's satisfying. The leaves, yeah, it's matching too many plants, isn't it? The old Worryless. If we were going to go by the illustration and ignore the ones we've got probablys on, it just has a nice smell, and let's. Right, I know the annoying plant didn't smell of anything. What about this boring one with a lame flower? A sweet scent like strawberry dipped in honey. I mean, would that soothe anxiety? Who's dipping strawberries in honey? What would that smell like? I will never know. We'll try this new one as well. An unpleasant scent, alright, that's a big no. This, I remember this one that looks like a kind of faded mistletoe with red berries just says it has red berries, so that's not going to give us anything. This indigo flowery one smells like sweet rhubarb. And then I know that this one on the end that looks vaguely like an orchid is like, it has an amazing scent. Like, they smell wonderful. That seems a little bit more like it's been uplifted rather than just... That sounds like a pleasant scent. I'm going to put a maybe on this one. It says cream-coloured flowers that smell wonderful! Exclamation mark. Which makes it seem like I've been uplifted by smelling them. Oop. There we go. And put it up here. Boop. All right, we did everything right. We changed the label. We wrote down the book entry, and I tried to identify it. It matches the untrustworthy sketch, does it? That's good, because sometimes they can be trustworthy. All right, we are entering the last 15 minutes, but I will end at the end of Monday because it only saves at the end of a day. So I'm a bit, I don't want to have to do a whole nother day. That would be quite a bit longer. So, just letting you know. Margaret Elsbeth. That's 2 first names. Whoa, that's a look. I'm trying to find a voice here. We don't come to Undermere often, but I heard about your shop, and I said to Francis we simply must pay a visit. It's a wonderful breath of life in an otherwise dreary town. I'm the green-fingered one, and it's not really his cup of tea, but I persuaded him the trip would do him good, and besides, he'll be wanting to take a boat out on the lake. Shame about this awful weather, though. You must come to Sizer. We have a small library with some books on plants that my grandfather acquired many years ago. I'm sure they will be of interest to a horticulturalist such as yourself. And she's given a letter. Sure, I'm not sure the voice matches her expression, but that's what I've gone with. You are cordially invited to Sizer Castle, Lord and Lady Elspeth. Yeah, Elspeth is a first name, guys. That's just gonna bug me. Yeah, so many libraries. That goes into letters. Honestly, what they define as letters is quite broad. Well, we don't have anything else to do, but it feels like we're kind of like following her out of the shop if we go immediately, so I'm going to ring the bell one more time and hope it's not the end of the day, because I'm not sure if we can continue after that. I mean, literally with the game. Nope, we have Philip Shaw. Mushroom. Red spores. Moves in the dark. That's all I've got. Any ideas? We know what this is, don't we? Oh yes. I like how, even though we sell them the plants, we still have the plants. So are we cloning the plants, or is it a magical? If it's a magical cloning, apparently that's fine. Or do we have a runner who goes out and gets another one? It is the boo. It is the wandering boo. Here you go, fella. I mean, we'd already identified it. Let's be honest. And we didn't get a book entry, so maybe that's what it does every time. That's going to get a little tedious. All right. So we did one customer. Now it doesn't look like we're following this lady to her castle. Sizerg Castle. Alright, let's put on our best. Get the cat hair off. I actually made little gestures as if I was getting cat hair off. Don't know why. Oh, I haven't put my labels away. Got to tidy up before you go to a castle. Can't be too far away, surely. Do I have a carriage? Is there a horse? Oh, there it is. Down in the southeast, sorry. Okay. I am greeted enthusiastically by Lady Elspeth herself. She is very talkative and has many questions on horticulture that I do my best to answer as she takes me on a tour of the gardens. Oh, you must take a sample of this back with you. I've gone a bit weird there. Sounding a little bit, I don't know, Cinderella or something. She exclaims, pointing out a plant that I do not recognise. But before I can stop to take a look, she's already whisked me on to the next. And this one too, she says. I'm quite exhausted by the time we make it to the library, and I don't have the time to make as thorough a study as I would like. Nevertheless, I'm able to find an interesting entry that I note down. Don't forget these, Lady Elspeth cries as I make to leave. She thrusts the plants from the gardens into my hands, and I thank her warmly. No, it's the lady from Wallace and Gromit and The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. The carrot lady. That's what I'm reminding myself of. Lady Tottingdon or something? Yeah, anyway. I've got 2 plants and a book entry. So despite the dour face, she seems lovely. Well, it teaches us all an important lesson about faces. We've got the Fever Kiss entry, which isn't as helpful as it sounds. Febris osculum. The red berries provide an energy boost that lasts several hours. The leaves are pale in colour. I know what that one is, because I like looking at it because it makes me think of a slightly different coloured mistletoe. Energy boost. Fever Kiss. And we have another plant that looks a bit like it. Or, well, we have a book entry. Oh, we have kind of creepy looking plants here. Close the book. Look at the new plants. They've gone yellow. I'm not a big fan of yellow, but nature generally does it well. Look at these. Oh, these kind of look like daffodils in mourning or something. Yeah, you're right. That probably is the Fever Kiss or the other one. It looks very similar, just with yellow berries that look like acid spores or something. Excellent. Very useful. Get out our book, get out our labels. Goth daffodil unlocked. So the Fever Kiss was at the red berries, so that's going to be this guy. It's more red berries. And pale leaves. I'm going to put that as a probably. Yoink. Running out of space on the probably shelf. And the other one was was it candlewood? No. Dang. Anybody remember what was similar? Let's I have an inspection anyway. Small yellow berries, sure. Looks like Was it witch fig? Yes, it was witch fig. Oh man, the witch fig's ugly. Fine. Shall we put a definite, probably on it? I mean, what else is going to look that similar? Yeah, let's risk it. It's about as risky as I get in my games. Yeah, we have run out of space on the probably shelf. Alright, so let's move the uncatalogued ones down a bit. They can all bunch up together. It's got quite satisfying noises. That one stays here. Yeah, space isn't great at the moment. If we want everything on one screen. Oh no, those need to stay together for reasons. So we haven't identified that one. Right, so let's do an inspect on the Goth daffodil. The leaves seem to have a mind of their own. You don't want them to be tiny. They don't look like tiny pigs. They look bad for you. The leaves have a mind of their own. That's what we get from Goth daffodil. That's not ringing a bell at all. You can stay there. Was that it? Yeah, we got the Fever Kiss. We identified the Fever Kiss. We identified witch fig, and then we got a plant that we don't know anything about. The book entry was Fever Kiss. Okay, sorted. All right. Is there anybody else? Selena Scott. I have no more voices. They're saying Black Combe is haunted now. Bradley Miller told me that he saw the ghost of a huge deer, antlers and all. But then Bradley Miller also says he can talk to squirrels. Either way, there's something evil in them hills, and I'm not taking any chances. Awful what happened to that poor young man up at Swinside. I've come for some stinking Mount Cap. Aha! She's actually Sunset Mount Cap, and apparently we didn't need to write down the nickname because they've given it to us. Handed it out. You almost wish there were difficulty settings. Maybe? Okay, Sunset Mount Caps, you get the smelly plant. There you go. I'm not entirely sure why she wants the smelly plant. Deter souls and spirits, right. And that is the end of the day. That's lined up really well. 2 days, 2 hours. But we will collect our book entry. Henchuck. Maculosus retinentia. The fruit of the henchuck can have startling effects on memory. Even a small dose can result in short-term memory loss, but in larger amounts it has been known to cause severe amnesia. The tuberous bulb has an unusual structure, growing in bursts that give it a striped appearance when cut open. When the outer layer hardens and turns blue-green, it is ready to harvest. Huh. See, I remember having a dig at something that said the bulb was turquoise when it clearly was not. So we can't cut them open. Yeah, exactly. The turquoise one's new. So it was the one I didn't like, wasn't it? The stinky looking fruit. Yeah. The bulb is quite firm and turquoise in colour. The orange fruits have no noticeable odour. Yeah, so this just seems an unfortunate mistake that wasn't caught before release, I guess. Unless, I mean, everyone else uses it purple. The bulb is purple, right? It's not just me, because otherwise I should get myself checked out. These are the bulbs. That's what it grows out of. Oh, I didn't write down, I didn't make the note. Short-term memory loss to severe amnesia. Henchuck. My aunt has had chickens for some years, and she calls them chucks. Henchuck. Chicken. Artist didn't read the brief. Well, it's one or the other, isn't it? I think this might be a one-person game, to be honest. Oh, one thing at a time, Snoop. I'll forget by the time I've closed this up. Are we identifying this? We can't cut it open. I'm going to put maybe. I'm still a bit thrown by the colour. It seems to read right, but who knows what they're going to decide with it. Because the other one with the bulb isn't turquoise either. It's kind of a lime green. Let's have a quick look at that one in case that is turquoise as well. That's the strawberry dipped in honey one. I guess we'll find out when we accidentally poison someone or give them amnesia or something. Awkward. Yes, you wanted to change a label. A label on the smelly mushroom. Thank you. I don't know why that one disappears out of my head. Smelly mushroom is going to be just put all the way down there because it's smelly. Makes sense. Alright. Close my drawer. That looks like an end of day. Ending day 4. And yeah, we are presented with the card. Now that's where we left it before, and it was a... I mean, we could do this because... Will it just show us again? Let's read the card and see where it opens up. It would be nice if it opened up on the correct day, because this is literally the end of the Monday. So we will do this bit. Card. She lives alone in the castle to the northwest of the abbey. She buried her husband 3 miles to the east, where the everheart grows. And there's a picture of a dead-looking tree and a grave marker and a little summocks. A continuation to the story. At 15, her mother, strong, dependable, loving, was struck down by typhoid. The girl drew inward as her father turned to drink. All right, so I was wondering at the beginning if it was Bethany, because that's the young person who left home to join the Druids, but she left home at 14. So this is an unknown girl. So it could be the investigator's daughter. If he has turned to drink, we don't know. And yeah, he's sad he doesn't have his wife. I think it's the investigator's daughter.